dispute between him and me, and it was really fun. All right, here's my first. Journal entry about. This is January 23rd, 1991. You can see the date right there at the top. January 23rd, 1991. It says, I finally beat Mr. Sandman. I can't believe it. But I hate Super Macho Man. He shows his muscles. He looks weird at the start. He goes, whatever that means. So you can see my beautiful handwriting. And that's what that journal entry says, talking about how I finally beat Mr. Sandman. Let's see if I can find some other journal entries about Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. I play Nintendo. It was lots of fun. My favorite Nintendo is Mario 3. One time I was playing basketball with a friend. It's funny. I'm looking at October 5th right now because I only wrote on the left page of my journal. That one journal entry I showed you was January 23rd or whatever. What was that? January 23rd? Yeah. 1991. That journal entry I wrote on the right side of the page, so it's all out of order because of that. Because in this journal, I only wrote on the left side of this page. So all of my old journal entries, all my first half of the year journal entries are on the left side of the page. All my new journal entries, my second half of the year, are on the right side. So I'm looking for all the Nintendo entries that I put. Oh man, my spelling was so terrible in first grade. It's funny, my journal entries right now, what they're like, when I was in first grade, what they're like, are so terrible. If I was in first grade nowadays, they would send me back to kindergarten. And that's just sad, you know? That's just sad. Because I loved my education. When I was a kid, you were 9? Yeah, I was 6. I was 6 in 1991. I did not rent a Nintendo, but my friend did. That's this journal entry. I did not rent. Oops, too low. A Nintendo. But my Fed did. Oh, here's a good one. I did rent a Nintendo a while ago. DuckTales? Oh, they were DuckTales, Dick Tracy, and Metroid. And look at the beautiful spelling. I did rit a Nintendo a while ago. They were. I kind of put DuckTales on the wrong line there. DuckTales. Dick Yessie. It's supposed to be Dick Tracy. I do not remember renting that game at all. I think I did not play it very much because it was so terrible. And Mictoid. That's supposed to be Metroid. But I spelled it Mictoid. Oh, this is fun. See if I can find another Nintendo reference. Let's see here what we got. This is amazing. I'm glad you like it, Jaw Kite. I am so glad that my parents kept this and did not lose it. Oh, here's another Nintendo entry. I did not rent a Nintendo, but my friend did. His name is Jason. So Jason got to rent a Nintendo game at Showtime Video. That's the video store we always went to when I was a kid. I did not rent a... Look at that. I almost spelled Nintendo correctly. Nintendo. But my Freed did. His name is Jason. At least I spelled my friend's name correctly. This is so good. I like Halloween. Halloween is fun. I don't know why I'm writing about Halloween on November 19th. But for some reason I'm writing about Halloween on November 19th. I like basketball. I almost spelled basketball correctly. Almost. On November 20th, 1990. I love it that the dates are on here. Man, I tell you what, our teachers were geniuses when they made us write the date on our papers. Our teachers were geniuses when they made us keep journal entries. I am going to a basketball game in August. That is not correct. I did go to a basketball game in 1991. The Chicago Bulls versus the Atlanta Hawks in Atlanta. I'm from Tennessee, so we drove down to Atlanta and went to a basketball game so I could watch Michael Jordan play in 1991. The Bulls defeated, I remember every single detail about the game. The Bulls defeated the Atlanta Hawks 122 to 87 was the final score, 122 to 87. And Michael Jordan, I believe he only had like 25 points in that game because he sat out the entire fourth quarter. Because the Bulls were already up by 20 plus points entering the fourth quarter. That was the year the Chicago Bulls won their first NBA championship. Michael Jordan won his first NBA championship that year. I was 6 years old at the time. Maybe you finished that year's Halloween candy on November. Maybe you're right, Armageddon. Yeah. And you were wistfully remembering the holiday. You know, it is so awesome to hear other people's opinions about my journal entries. It really, really is. I'm going to basketball. Yeah, my favorite Nintendo, Mario 3. My favorite Nintendo game was Mario 3 back in 1990, guys. That was my favorite Nintendo game. At that time, I did not own Mike Tyson's Punch-Out yet, I don't think. I only owned the Mr. Dream Punch-Out version at that time. Let's see, what else we got here? Couple of entries about Christmas. We're on December 3rd. Oh, listen to this. The Nutcracker was fun. I wish I could be in it someday. Wanting to be in the ballet, the Nutcracker. What else we got here? One day I got to go to the park and I swang on the swing. What a wonderful insight into into my life. Today I get to play with my Nutcracker. It will be fun. Michael is coming to my house. Oh, one of my best friends in first grade. His name was Michael. No, Mario 3 is not still my favorite NES game. It's a great one, but it's not my favorite. You can see some of my beautiful handwriting talking about playing with my Nutcracker. And no, that is not what you're thinking. My parents, this journal entry was made on December 10th, 1990. My parents bought me a Nutcracker, and I got to play with him that day. So your dirty minds, stop making it think what it's thinking. My favorite NES game is probably... Oh, my favorite NES game. It's either Metroid or Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. It's a really tough choice. It's a really tough choice. Mario 3 is an excellent game. I still love it to death. I really can't pick a favorite. I really can't. Because so many games are so good on the NES. Oh, yes. I hope I get what I want for Christmas. I will have fun with it. It is an electric guitar. I want that the most. Yeah, well, what I got really wasn't an electric guitar. It was a toy guitar. what I ended up getting. Oh! One night I had Punch-Out on the Nintendo. I could not beat Soda Popinski, but now I can. January 4th, 1991. That was the entry. I'll read that again. One night I had Punch-Out on the Nintendo. I could not beat Soda Popinski, but now I can. And I almost spelled his name correctly. It's actually absurd that Mario 3 was possible in 8-bit. I know. It was so advanced for its time. I tell you what, though. Not Super Punch-Out. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out was so advanced for its time. As far as all the detail that went into that game. One night, I had Punch-Out on the Nintendo. You guys see that? I could not beat Soda Popinski, but now I can. All right. Oh, here's another Mike Tyson's Punch-Out entry. January 11th, 1991. I'm glad I bought Punch-Out. Soda Popinski is a wimp. I can get to Mr. Sandman. I can't beat Mr. Sandman. So on January 11th, 1991, I could not defeat Mr. Sandman. I'm glad. This is so ridiculous that I'm showing you my journal entries from 1991. I've bought Punch Out. I remember buying that game for $20 at Toys R Us in 1991. Soda Pop Insky is a wimp. I can get to Mr. Sandman. What does that say? I can't beat Mr. Sandman. And it took, my dad and I used to play that game all the time. My dad figured out how to beat King Hippo, shutting up his big mouth and everything. But we struggled at King Hippo for weeks. I mean, we rented that game like every single Friday. We'd rent the game on Friday and keep it until Sunday. And we would try to defeat King Hippo, and we just couldn't do it. So we finally rented it one day, and my dad was sitting on the couch. I was standing up and watching him play. Whenever my dad was playing video games or my mom was playing video games and I was wanting them to get better, I'd always be standing there like this. I'd just be standing there with my thumb, nervous, sitting there like this, wanting them to advance, You're just hoping, oh my gosh, will they do it? Will they finally get it? So I'd just be standing there like that. And my dad was playing, and he would get, here's another Punch-Out. Sorry, I was reading it. And finally he went like, oh, I get it! So he would finally figure out how to beat Sandman, King Hippo. And once we got past him, we were able to beat everybody else pretty easily, much more easily than normal. Okay. All right, here's another journal entry, January 14th, 1991, about Punch-Out. I can't believe I bought Punch-Out, but I'm still really mad that Mr. Sandman called Mac a baby. That's cool that your parents like to play video games. They went over my parents' heads. Let's see. My dad really enjoyed playing with me Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, the game Othello, which is probably my dad's favorite NES game. And my dad also really liked Wrecking Crew. That's probably his second favorite NES game. And he also really liked Kickle Cubicle. And any Mario game he would play with me. And Dr. Mario he really liked. My mother She was a master at Dr. Mario. She could beat level 20 on speed high. I still can't do that. I'm 32 years old, and I love playing Dr. Mario, and I still can't beat level 20 on speed high. But my mother was able to do it back in 1990, 1991 when that game came out and we bought it. My mother really liked Tetris, and my mother really liked Zelda 2. She was the first one in our family to defeat Zelda 2. She beat it all the way through, with no magazine help or anything like that. I mean, of course, it took us months to do it, and I would watch her play, and she would play it. I remember the first time we came to Barba in like 1989. I still lived in Texas at that time, and in 1989, she finally got to Barba, and I about jumped through the roof when I saw him. I was so scared to death when Barba came out from the flames from the bottom of the hell, or whatever you want to call it. I remember when we first found the hidden town of Kasuto, how excited we were to finally advance in the game, because it took us like weeks to find out what we were supposed to do in that area. And Zelda 1, my mother beat Zelda 1, and I was asleep at the time, and I was so mad at her for beating it when I was asleep because I didn't get to see the ending. Oh yeah, my parents, oftentimes my mother played video games just so I wouldn't be playing it, so I'd be doing homework or playing outside or other things. So she'd be occupying the Nintendo so I wouldn't be doing it. Alright, so here's this journal entry, January 14th, 1991, so you can see it. The one I just read to you. I can't believe I beat Punch out, but what does that say? But I'm still really, mad that Mr. Sandman called Mac a baby. I am also bad at Dr. Mario. That's alright. Oh, here's another one. January 15th, 1991. I almost beat Mr. Sandman, but I did not. Oh, the struggles of a 6-year-old trying to defeat Mr. Sandman. That's probably when I broke my first NES controller. I almost beat Mr. Sandman, but I did not. I beat Zelda 2 in '89 as well. That's awesome. No help from anyone. Actually, I remember thinking Barba looked super badass. It sucked I had to take him down. Yeah, I did not. I watched my mother defeat Zelda 2. I think I can beat Mr. Sandman now, but I don't know. But I might. Really, really might. January 17th, 1991. That's what this journal entry says. I think I can beat Mr. Sandman now, but I don't know. But might. Really, really might. Another entry about Mr. Sandman. January 18th, 1991. I'm going to beat Mr. Sandman. I really know I can. I'm really sure. The inner workings of a 6-year-old. Absolutely. Isn't it so much fun? I going to beat Mr. Sandman. I really know I can. I'm really sure. Excuse me. Sure. Okay, so I had 2 journal entries. This was my journal in my first journal in first grade. This is my second awesome spider journal in first grade that I got when I ran out of pages. Let's take a look in this one. See if there's any more Punch-Out entries. Oh, here's a good one. February 4th, 1991. I can't beat Super Macho Man, but I can knock him down twice. That's what it says. That's the February 4th. So on February 4th, I defeated Super Macho Man, but I still can't beat excuse me. In February 4th, I could defeat Mr. Sandman, but I could not defeat Super Macho Man yet. You can see right here. February 4th, 1901. I can't beat Super Macho Man, but I can knock him down twice. And you can see my beautiful spelling. Oh, here's another Super Macho Man or Super Punch-Out, whatever. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out entry, February 6th, 1991. I can beat Mr. Sandman when he says, "Hi, Mac, baby, say goodnight." I get mad and then beat him half to death. So here is my entry. I can beat Mr. Sandman when he says, "Hi, Mac, baby, say goodnight." I get mad and I beat him half to death. Pen. February 7th, 1991. I hope I can beat Super Macho Man. Michael says he might, and I believe that I think he will, because his friend showed him yesterday before. So, my friend named Michael tried to beat Super Macho Man. Or he's going to try to beat Super Macho Man. We'll see what happens with that. Yeah, getting savage, that's right. Getting Randy Savage. I hope I can beat, written in pen, Super Macho Man. Michael says he might. And I believe that he might. I think he will. Because his friend showed him how yesterday before. February 13th, 1991. I'll beat Super Macho Man. I didn't beat him. I will. But I did not beat him at Eric's house. But I'll beat him today half to death. Man, getting savage again. I'm glad these are written in pen. You can see them better. I beat Super Macho Man. I didn't beat him. But I will. I did not beat him at Eric's house. That's how I spell my friend Eric's name. But I'll beat him had to death. Alright. Oh, another one. February 19th, 1991. I know how to beat Super Macho Man now. You have to knock him down one time in the first round, then get his life low, and then beat him in the second round with his life low. Oh, listen to those strategies. My dad was actually the one who told me, hey, you know, if you knock him down once in the first round, and then get his, because I always knock him down 2 times in the first round, and then he beat me in the second round. So my dad said to me, if you knock him down once in the first round, and then get his life really low, if you knock him down once in the first round, and then he get his life really low, in the second round, you'll be able to knock him down really quickly and be able to defeat him in the second round. Okay, so here's that entry. I know how to beat Super Macho Man now. You have to knock him down one time in the first round, then get his life low. And then beat him in the second round with his life low. Let's see. Any other entries about... Today I'll have to take my Nintendo game back to the game store. It is WWF Wrestling. And I'm bringing my Nintendo back to the YWCA. Yes, I used to work... My mother used to work at the YWCA. She was the manager there. And so I used to have to go there after school. I'm going to play Nintendo when I go home. I'll play Punch-Out. Michael says he can beat Mr. Dream. And I believe that because I'll be happy if he does. I'm going to play Nintendo when I get home. Michael will come to my house and let him beat Mr. Sandman, Super Macho Man, and Mr. Dream. I like Nintendo. It's lots of fun. Michael could not beat Mr. Dream, but he could punch him 4 times. But now he can beat him. I can beat Super Macho Man. I don't know if Michael believes me, but I think he does. I believe Michael can really beat Super Macho Man, Mr. Sandman, and Mr. Dream. I can believe. I'm going to play with Michael at the YWCA. It'll be fun, blah, blah, blah. Any more entries about Macho Man or anything like that? Oh, here's that entry about the basketball game I went to. March 11th, 1991. The Chicago Bulls won. They killed them. They won by 32 points when Chicago was having a foul shot. The board said, miss it, like the scoreboard, you know. The really pixelated, oh shoot, I can't even think of the word for it. You know, the scoreboard back in 1991. Picture what that looked like. Whenever the Chicago Bulls went for a foul shot, the board said, "You miss it," and it would show like a brick, you know, hitting the the goal. Yeah, that basketball stadium was called the Omni. Back in 1991, the Atlanta Hawks, the Omni, and I remember wearing a Michael Jordan jersey at that basketball game, and we were way up in the nosebleed section, and I just had the time of my life being 6 years old going to that basketball game. I even remember the halftime show was a bunch of roller skaters, going around doing all kinds of, you know, fancy tricks. Of course, everybody was bored out of their minds when the roller skaters were doing that, but me as a 6-year-old, I thought it was awesome. The Chicago Bulls won. They killed them. They beat them by 32 points. When Chicago was having a foul shot, the board said miss it because they were playing in Atlanta. I'll show you that entry since that was a really important time in my life. The first time I ever saw Michael Jordan playing live. The only time I ever saw Michael Jordan playing live. March 11th, 1991. The Chicago Bulls won. They selled them. They won by 32 points when Chicago was having a foul shot. The board said miss it because they were playing in Atlanta. I like to play with my friends. I like to play Nintendo, basketball. I like to play basketball. I like Easter. I'm going to move to a new house. Yes, moved to a new house when I was in 1st grade. That's correct. Moved from our apartment to the house that I lived in until I was 19 years old and then went to college. Can't wait for spring break. I've got a lot of Nintendo games. I've got 8 of them. Whoa, 8 Nintendo games. But this one boy, he has only 5. But his brother has a lot of them. I have only 8, but Cameron has 20. Can you believe Cameron has 20 video games? I'm going to the Y. It'll be fun. And I have the code to Mr. Dream. It goes 007-373-5963. One day I played Nintendo. It was lots of fun. I want to play when I get home. Here's the, look at this. Mr. Dream code. See that? 007-373-5963. Even 6-year-olds back in 1991 knew what the Mr. Dream code was. Today I hope to get to play Nintendo. It'll be fun. I will play outside because I will not play outside because it's raining outside. I will play Punch-Out. You know that because that's my favorite game. I like to play Nintendo because I have 8 games. I'm going to play Dr. Mario. That will be fun. I'm going to play outside. I believe I got Dr. Mario. That was like my Easter present that year. And so that's why I'm talking about Dr. Mario now. It is pretty outside, so I'm going to play outside today. I'm going to play Nintendo when I go home. It'll be fun. And I'm going to play outside too. We're at April 3rd now. I'm going to play outside. I'm going to play Nintendo. Playing outside will be fun. I'm going to play Nintendo tomorrow. It'll be fun because Eric's coming to my house. That will be the best because Eric is one of my best friends. I'm going to play Nintendo. It'll be fun. I'll play Dr. Mario. Jason and Eric are going to have fun because they are coming to my house. That will be the best. And we will jump on the trampoline. Yes, my neighbors had a trampoline. Yep, I have the code documented. There's no way I'll ever, if I ever forget the code, I'll just be able to look it up right in my first grade journal entry. That's exactly right. Today, Jason and Cameron come to my house. We're gonna play a game on the trampoline. We'll have fun and music. Blah blah blah. Oh, here's a Nintendo entry. I'm going to play with Jason when I get home. If he wants to play with Michael... Wait, I'm going to play with Jason when I get home. But if he wants to play with Michael, he'll go play Double Dragon 3. Okay. Double Dragon 3. That's when this game first came out, in 1991. Double Dragon 3. Oh, man. Everybody thought Double Dragon 3 was the tits when it first came out. But when people finally started playing it, they realized how much it sucked. I'm going to play it. I'm going to have fun. I will not get some gummy bears. What the hell? Because I'm going to play... What the hell? Listen to this. I'm going to play in gym, and I'm going to have fun. But I will not get some gummy bears because I'm going to play good. I have no idea what that means. Michael W. is too. Michael might knock it down once. I have no idea what we're talking about. I think I'm talking about like kick the can or something like that. I have no idea what I'm talking about in that entry. I'm going to play Nintendo. It will be fun on Thursday. I thought Jason was coming to my house, but he had ball practice. Tomorrow Jason might come to my house, or he might go to Michael's house. Yeah, Double Dragon 3. The less said, the better. Yep. Yeah, everybody thought it was so exciting when Double Dragon 3 came out, you know? But then, once it did, everyone was like, meh, this game kind of sucks. We can jump on the trampoline. It'll be fun. April 17th. Today, Jason's coming to my house. Blah, blah, blah. Any more Nintendo entries? No. We're up to April 20th now. I'm going to play Nintendo. I'll play Mario 3. It'll be fun. Kick the Can is a 1933. Back in 1991, some gym teachers thought it was still the year 1933. You know that, right? I mean, the gym teacher that I had in 1991, he was about 60-something years old. So, you know, he still thought it was around, you know, the 1930s, 1940s. So that's for the types of games that we played back in gym in 1991, depending on how old your gym teacher was. But seriously, my gym teacher he was an old booger. I'm in May 9th now. Nothing about Nintendo. Oh, it was my birthday! May 15th, 1991. My birthday. Today is my birthday, and I am 7. Michael is 8, and he is in the 1st grade. Can you believe that? May 22nd, getting close to the end of school. School is almost out. 2 more weeks of school. Next Monday, then school is out. Can you believe that? I can, because we have a calendar. I was such an idiot. Oh, look how much my handwriting has improved since what you saw earlier.
School is almost out tomorrow. 2 more weeks. I'm sorry, 2 more squeaks, whatever. 2 more weeks at school. Next Monday, then school is out. Can you believe that? I can, because we have a calendar. What did I get? I don't know what I got for my 7th birthday. I think I let me. I think I got one of those. I think I got one of those foam airplanes. You know, that's like about as big as you. You know, and you throw it, and it goes through the air for about 2 seconds. Then it lands on the ground, and it completely falls apart, and you have to put it together again. You know, one of those. And I think I got a fishing pole as well. One that lasted for about 2 weeks or something until you finally caught a fish, but then you tried to reel in the fish and the line broke. I'm pretty sure that's what I got back then. Let's see what else we got here. Ooh, I just ripped that page a little bit. I need to be more careful. Alright, well that's basically it, guys. That's it for my journal entries. I hope you enjoyed that. Alright, let's play some really bad NBA games now. Uh-oh.